You have a book that's going to be coming out probably by the time this show is released. It's called Hidden Investing: What the Wealthiest 1% Know That We Don't Know.
I did everything that you're supposed to do. I went to college. I got a job out of college. I put the most in my 401k. I found myself paying 50% of what I made in taxes. That led me to search for a better way. And I found it with multifamily investing.
Some of the people that you can help the most are the ones that have tax problems.
If you think about the laws of the land, right? The government has a tax code. That's the law that we all follow. But most of us don't realize that the tax code is really chock full of ways that the government incentivizes us to do things that create wealth. One of those things is real estate investing. No one talked about anything but the stock market and annuities and all of those products, 401ks. I started learning when I watched my parents' retirement savings go south and have them eaten up with taxes. A lot of people don't realize that 401k is taxed as regular income. People say that our expenses are going to go down when we're retired, and that has not been the case. It wasn't the case with my parents. All of those things led me to being open to a different way of doing things. When I learned about multifamily syndication, I discovered a way that I could invest in real estate and actually own real estate, but do it with a lot of other people, so we could mitigate the risk and maximize the returns. And I didn't have to do anything. So I didn't have to call the plumber. I didn't have to deal with the management and all of those things. When I invested in a real estate syndication, I got money.
Yeah.
So like I got cash flow. It's an equity investment. You own the real estate along with a lot of other people. I had my share of all of that depreciation and all of those advantages that we get by investing in real estate. That is passed through to the investor. I had to go to take my husband to 3 CPAs before he believed that we weren't going to go to jail. I could not shut up about this when I discovered it, because you see, I watched my parents do all the right things. I have friends that are very successful business people, and they're buying annuities and all this stuff that they're paying boatloads of taxes on. It's a myth that our expenses go down when we retire. They actually go up almost always. I didn't think about things in those terms, but the wealthy do. And so I started studying this, and I began to invest in more and more syndications, moving money out of the stock market. And it's been amazing. When I invest in a syndication, my principal is there. I'm making income, but I don't have to sell the asset to make that income like you do with the stock market. You're making income, but the principal is still growing. It's all about relationships. It's relationships with investors. And that's why people don't know about this, because you have to have a personal relationship with, you've got to do some work to seek out these hidden investments, which is what my book is about. It's not nearly as much work as trying to go buy a house and flip it yourself, right? Everyone owes it to themselves to take control of their finances and learn about what the wealthy do. And it's hard to understand what the wealthy do unless you know what the wealthy do. I mean, they just think about money differently. That's a large part of what my book is about. And then it's my story on how I really got into this. So the only way to get unstuck is to take control of your life, your finances, and design the life that you want to live. So you got to get into the solution.